You are 6 years old. You live in a wooden house with a thatched roof in a village outside Kyoto. The year is 1567. Your father is a farmer. His father was a farmer. His father's father was a farmer. The land does not belong to your family. The land belongs to the local lord, the daimyo, whom you have never seen and will never meet. Your family works the rice paddies from dawn until dusk. You help. You have helped since you could walk. Your back already aches in the mornings, like an old man's back. Your feet are bare and tough as leather. One afternoon, samurai ride through your village. You have seen samurai before, but only from a distance. This time, they stop. Their horses are enormous. Their armor catches the sunlight in ways that hurt your eyes. They have 2 swords each, a long one and a short one, tucked into their belts. They look at the villagers the way a hawk looks at a field of mice. They are not cruel. They are not kind. They are simply above you in a way that feels permanent and absolute. One of the samurai notices you. He is young, maybe 16. His face still soft beneath the iron helmet. He sees something in you. Maybe it is the way you stand. Maybe it is the way you don't look away. He says something to the older samurai beside him. They laugh. Then they ride on. You will think about that moment for the rest of your life. You will not become a samurai. Almost no peasant ever does. The class you are born into is the class you die in. That is the law of the land. That is the order of heaven. But your son might, or your son's son. The world is changing. War is everywhere. Swords are rising and falling. And sometimes, very rarely, a peasant who fights well and survives long enough can rise. You don't know any of this yet. You only know that the rice must be harvested before the rains come. You only know that your stomach is empty. You only know that the men on horses looked at you like you were nothing. And you want to be something.
You are 18 years old.
You volunteered. The recruiters came through the village 3 months ago, looking for foot soldiers. And you stepped forward before your father could stop you. He didn't try to stop you. He gave you his old straw sandals and a rice ball wrapped in cloth and sent you off. You have not seen him since. You will not see him again. Ashigaru means light feet. That is what you are. Light infantry.
The lowest rank of fighting man in the army of your daimyo.
You are not a samurai. You will probably never be a samurai. But you carry a spear and a long matchlock musket called a tanegashima. You wear a piece of cheap armor over a padded jacket, and when the army marches, you march with it. For the first time in your life, you eat regularly. The rice is poor. The soup is thin. But it comes every day. You have never had food come every day before. You drill constantly. You learn to march in formation.
You learn to lower your spear at the right angle to receive a cavalry charge. You learn to load and fire your musket in coordinated volleys with the men beside you. The musket is heavy and slow.
You have to carry the burning match cord wrapped around your wrist, ready to light the powder when the order comes. The first time you fire it, the recoil bruises your shoulder for a week.
The smoke makes you cough.
The noise leaves your ears ringing for days. Your first battle is a small one, a skirmish over a road junction.
Your unit is positioned behind a wooden palisade.
The enemy Ashigaru come at you across an open field. Your captain gives the order, and you fire your muskets. And men fall in the grass like wheat being cut.
Some of the men beside you are killed by return fire.
One of them is a boy from the next village over. You knew his name. You watched him bleed out in the mud.
You did not stop firing. You could not stop firing. You went home that night and ate your rice and tried to sleep. You did not sleep.
You learned something that night about yourself. Something you do not yet have words for.
Level 3, the Retainer. You have served well.
Three campaigns, 2 wounds.
A reputation for steadiness under fire.
The samurai officers have noticed. One of them, a minor vassal of the daimyo, has taken you into his household as a retainer. This is not the same as becoming a samurai. You are still a commoner.
You sleep in his compound.
You eat at his table, though at the lowest seat. You guard his horses and clean his armor and run his errands. You are part of his household. You are part of his household. And his household is part of the daimyo's domain, and the domain is part of the world. You have a place now. You are no longer nothing. Your master is not a great man. He is a middle-ranking samurai with a small fief of about 300 koku.
A koku is the amount of rice required to feed one man for 1 year. 300 koku makes him a man of modest means.
He has a wife. He has 2 children. He has 6 retainers besides yourself.
He treats you with the casual indifference that samurai reserve for those beneath them.
But he is not cruel. He provides for you. He gives you a small allowance. He allows you to wear a single short sword, the wakizashi, on certain occasions. The long sword, the katana, is reserved for samurai. You do not yet have the right to carry one. You learn things in his household that you could never have learned in the village.
You learn how to read.
You learn the calligraphy of basic characters, enough to follow simple orders and write your own name.
The proper way to address men of different ranks.
You learn the tea ceremony, watching from the corner as your master conducts it for guests. You learn that the samurai world is not just about fighting. It is about 1,000 small rituals and gestures, each one carrying meaning, each one revealing whether you belong.
You are still a peasant pretending.
But you are getting better at it. You are watching everything. Level 4. The Samurai.
There was a battle near the inland sea.
Your master was unhorsed and surrounded. You charged in with a borrowed naginata and killed 2 enemy samurai and dragged your master to safety. He took an arrow in the leg, but he survived. After the battle, in his tent, while the camp doctor stitched his wound, he looked at you.
He said the words that change a life.
He said he would petition the daimyo to elevate you.
The petition was granted. There was a ceremony.
You knelt before the daimyo, a man you had never imagined you would meet, and he gave you a name. A samurai name. A surname.
Peasants do not have surnames. Only samurai have surnames.
You took the name, and you bowed until your forehead touched the floor. When you stood up, you were a different person. You had a katana at your hip, given to you by your master. The weight of it changed your walk. You felt taller. You also felt watched. Because the truth is this: the other samurai of the household, the ones who were born into their status, did not accept you.
They smiled at you. They drank with you. They congratulated you in public.
But behind your back, they called you the peasant. They called you the upstart. They watched you for any sign of poor breeding, any moment of bad manners.
Any failure of refinement.
You learned to be twice as careful as anyone else. You learned to study the most refined samurai in the household and copy their gestures exactly. You learned that being elevated is not the same as being accepted.
The first is a paper.
The second is a lifetime of work. You also learned Bushido, the way of the warrior. The unwritten code that governed every aspect of a samurai's life.
Loyalty above all. Honor above life.
Death before dishonor. The duty of a samurai is to serve his lord without question, without hesitation, without thought of his own survival.
If your lord orders you to die, you die. What?
If your lord orders you to kill, you kill. If your lord is shamed, you wash the shame away with blood. His enemy's blood, or your own. You memorized the code. You repeated it to yourself before you slept.
You wondered, sometimes, in the deepest hours of the night, if you truly believed it.
You did not let yourself wonder for long. Wondering was the kind of thing peasants did. Samurai obeyed.